Are you ready to explore the world of mysteries?
The Dyatlov Pass incident, a spine-chilling mystery. Date, February 1st, 1959. Location, Ural Mountains, Russia. Participants, a group of 9 young and experienced hikers led by Igor Dyatlov. The beginning of the story. In 1959, a group of 9 people, mostly students from the Ural Polytechnic Institute, embarked on a challenging expedition into the Ural Mountains. Under the leadership of Igor Dyatlov, they aimed to complete a high-difficulty route, pushing their limits and demonstrating their passion for the sport. The journey originally began with 10 participants. However, one member, Yuri Yudin, left the expedition early due to health issues, a decision that ultimately saved his life. The fateful night. On the night of February 1st, the group set up camp on the slopes of Kholat Shakhl mountain. The weather was severe, with snowfall and freezing temperatures plummeting to 30 degrees, 20 Celsius. What happened that night remains unknown, but the evidence gathered from the campsite revealed an unimaginable tragedy, rescue operation, and shocking discoveries. When the group failed to return on the planned date, rescue teams were dispatched to the area. On February 26, 1959, the campsite was discovered and the scene was horrifying. The tent had been torn open from the inside, suggesting that the group fled in panic. Most of the hikers were found with minimal clothing, some even barefoot in the snow, indicating a rushed escape. Over the following days, bodies were found scattered across different locations. The first 2, discovered near the edge of a forest approximately 1.5 kilometers, 1 mile from the tent. They were frozen near a makeshift fire. The next 3, found on a line between the tent and the forest, appearing to have been attempting to return to the tent. The remaining 4. Weeks later, these hikers were found in a ravine farther into the forest. Their injuries were chilling. 1 had a fractured skull, 2 had broken ribs, 1 was missing their tongue and eyes. The mystery and theories. The evidence raised more questions than answers. Why did the group cut the tent from the inside and flee? What caused their bizarre injuries? Several theories have been proposed. What do you think could be the reason for this? Share your thoughts in the comments. Natural causes. Avalanche. Some suggest the group panicked due to an impending avalanche. However, no signs of an avalanche were found at the site. Hypothermia. The extreme cold may have caused disorientation and irrational behavior. Paranormal or unknown forces, UFOs or aliens. Witnesses in the area claim to have seen strange lights in the sky during that period. Attack by locals. It was speculated that the indigenous Mansi people attacked the group for trespassing on sacred land, but this theory was dismissed due to a lack of evidence. Military experiments. Soviet secret tests. There were reports of military tests in the region, including potential rocket explosions that might have caused the incident. Conclusion: the Dyatlov Pass incident remains an unsolved mystery to this day. In 2019, Russian authorities officially attributed the cause to a natural avalanche. However, this explanation fails to account for the unusual injuries and the condition of the tent. This tragic event continues to captivate researchers and enthusiasts. Every year, hundreds of people visit the enigmatic pass, hoping to uncover clues and make sense of the mystery. Dyatlov Pass incident, a detailed examination, preparations, and early days. On January 24, 1959, the group arrived in the town of Ivdel by bus and then traveled to Vizhai, the starting point of their journey. They were a strong and experienced team, capable of enduring harsh weather conditions. Their goal was to reach Mount Otorten and complete a challenging route in the region. The journey began smoothly. However, Yuri Yudin, plagued by health problems, left the group at Vijay. Years later, Yudin would express regret, saying, "I wish I had been with them." Yet his departure saved his life. The Last Night and the Mystery of the Tent. On the night of February 1st, the group decided to camp on the slopes of Kholat Shahul Mountain. Harsh winds and a snowstorm influenced their choice to stop there, though experts later argued that a more sheltered spot would have been wiser. When rescuers found the tent, they noted the tent was cut open from the inside, suggesting the group fled in panic. Most of their belongings, including warm clothing and shoes, were left behind in the tent. Barefoot tracks leading away from the tent were found in the snow. The discovery of the bodies. On February 26, 1959, the rescue teams began recovering the bodies. The distribution and condition of the corpses suggested that the incident was far from natural. The first bodies. Two bodies, Yuri Krivonishenko and Yuri Doroshenko, were discovered near a makeshift fire at the edge of the forest. They were almost naked, dressed only in underwear. Broken branches suggested they had tried to climb a tree, possibly to gather wood or seek a better vantage point. Those trying to return to the tent. The bodies of Igor Dyatlov, Zinaida Kolmogorova, and Rustem Slobodin were found along a line between the tent and the forest. Dyatlov had a small cut on his hand and seemed to have been trying to return to the tent until the last moment. Kolmogorova, found with torn clothing and signs of hypothermia, lying in the snow. Slobodin had a minor skull fracture but ultimately succumbed to hypothermia. The final 4 weeks later, the remaining 4 bodies, Lyudmila Dubinina, Semyon Zolotaryov, Nikolai Tabos-Brignole, and Alexander Kolevatov, were discovered in a ravine near a creek. Their injuries were the most severe. Dubinina, missing her tongue, eyes, and parts of her internal organs. Zolotaryov had broken ribs with the force of the trauma likened to a car crash. Thibaut Brignol suffered a completely crushed skull. Kolevatov had relatively minor injuries, though his cause of death remains unclear. None of these injuries showed external signs of impact, leading experts to believe they resulted from powerful internal pressure. Theories. The complexity of the case has sparked numerous theories over the years. Natural causes avalanche. Hypothesis. Panic due to a small avalanche could explain their sudden flight. However, there were no signs of an avalanche at the site. Severe weather. Freezing temperatures and strong winds might have led to disorientation and hypothermia. Paradoxical undressing, a phenomenon associated with hypothermia, could explain their lack of clothing. Paranormal theories, UFO sightings. Witnesses claim to have seen bright lights in the sky around the time of the incident, fueling theories of alien involvement. Paranormal forces. Some speculate the group encountered an unexplained entity or phenomenon. Military experiments, secret weapons testing. The area was known to be used by the Soviets for experiments. A blast or test might have scared the group. Infrasound waves. Experts have suggested that powerful sound waves could have caused panic and disorientation. Official investigation and conclusions. In 1959, Soviet authorities concluded that the incident was caused by natural forces. However, this explanation did not align with the injuries and evidence. In 2019, a renewed investigation attributed the tragedy to a small avalanche. Yet, the public and many experts remain unsatisfied with this theory. The Dyatlov Pass incident endures as one of the most perplexing mysteries of the 20th century, drawing researchers and adventurers to the site in search of answers to this chilling enigma. So, what do you think might have happened? If you have an idea outside of these theories, Share it in the comments.